So yeah, these are our blonde-haired, blue-eyed, good-looking young people, and they're the good guys, and they're going and they're fighting against the bugs. Yeah, that's all cool and everything, but also they're fascists. So that's the thing. So one thing is we got, heroes fighting the good fight, fighting the bugs, but they're also fascists. So a lot of people didn't catch that part. They just thought it was a militaristic, very pro-militaristic movie. They didn't catch the satire. They didn't catch the underlying layers of the movie. They didn't catch the messaging that was underneath, which I don't blame them for, because this movie was, it was like targeted a lot at younger people who wouldn't have caught this stuff, and I didn't catch it when it first came out. So what's good about this movie? Like I said, even when I watch it now and when I watched it then, the actors aren't the strongest actors, and it doesn't have the strongest acting, but they do a serviceable job for what he was intending to show us. But the main thing about this movie is the spectacle, the special effects, the costumes, the set design, the giant spaceships that you see in space, which just look unbelievable, especially when they explode and there's fire and all this other kind of stuff. The bugs themselves, and the action, the gunfights, all that kind of stuff is really, really nice, really amazing. And when you watch it today on 4K, it's just shocking that they can do this kind of special effect on that type of movie that long ago, which looks better than the stuff that we see today. That just blows my mind. So yeah, it's very similar to RoboCop. It's not as good as RoboCop, but it's very similar in its satirical tone, in its critique of the subject matter being militarism. So what I read about when Paul Verhoeven was making the movie is they were very conflicted, because on one hand they're making the movie based on the novel Starship Troopers, which is pro-militaristic, which gives them the material to make a action-packed adventure movie, but at the same time they don't want to support the message of pro-militarism. So you have to, how do you do that? How do you balance the balancing act of showing this but also critiquing it, but also making you enjoy it? So it must have been very, very challenging to do that. The movie, when it came out, was very expensive to make. I think it cost like $110 million to make, and half the budget was spent just on the special effects. And again, I don't know why it didn't do well, considering it was Paul Verhoeven, considering the spectacle. It only made $120 million, which is a huge disaster, considering the budget. Me personally, the reason that I never went to see it was the name. To be honest with you, it was the name. Like, I really regret not seeing it in theaters. When I heard the name Starship Troopers, for some reason I associated it with like Power Rangers, which I was too old for that. But Power Rangers was too kiddish for me at the time. I was a little bit older than that generation, so it wasn't a hip thing to me. But yeah, I mean, this is in the years since it's come out, it's definitely been considered now a cult classic and given the appreciation that it deserves. So like I said, if you like science fiction, if you like action, if you like special effect, good quality special effects, this is a good movie to check out. There are sequels. Stay away from the sequels, in my opinion. Not very good at all. And just stick with this one and Paul Verhoeven's other movies. Other than Denise Richards, I don't think the other actors in this movie did anything really big. But even her, she didn't really do much after this either. But I think she's the one that came out probably the most on top of all the actors. But again, the real magicians of this movie, Paul Verhoeven, all the animators and 3D guys that did all the special effects, especially the practical effects. Like, in my opinion, the movies that have the best effects are the ones that merge practical with CGI. That's why I think, for example, Independence Day, the first one, looks so much better than the second one, and also looks so much better than all these other movies that have been coming out, because of the fact that practical effects are so important for realism, and they don't do enough of it anymore. And if they would stick with that formula, you could have stuff that looks seamless, timeless. I mean, look at Blade Runner. Blade Runner's effects from 1982 look better than the CGI that came out today. And because it's like practical effects, in-camera effects, you know, that type of filming trickery that really tricks the mind, tricks the brain. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's it. Starship Troopers, awesome movie, awesome action movie. Makes me feel pumped when I watch it, just like this girl here. Have you seen it? Are you gonna watch it? Do you like it? What do you remember about it? Let me know. Please like, click, share, and yeah, and let me know your thoughts. I really want to know. So I give Starship Troopers 4 out of 5 biceps. Bam! All right, stay pumped.